This is Daybreak Online for Veterans Day, November the 11th, 2014. Reporting, I'm Jibadell Abrams. Obituaries brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Mr. Tommy Gray Lawrence, age 69 of Sylacauga, died November the 10th at his residence, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, announcing. Infant Lily Armstrong of Sylacauga died November the 10th in Birmingham. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel. Funeral service for Robert Eddie McGuirk, age 63 of Sylacauga, is today at 2 p.m. from Oldfield Baptist Church, with Reverend Tony McGrady officiating. Burial in the Sycamore Cemetery. The body will lie in state at the church from 1 until service time. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Mr. Jimmy Franklin Jones, age 77 of Childersburg, died this morning at his residence, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, announcing. Nettie Emmeline Cox, age 76 of Alpine, died November the 10th at her residence, Radley Smith Funeral Home, announcing. Funeral service for Mr. Homer Hoyt Underwood, age 83 of Alexander City, is Wednesday at 2 from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Veterans honors provided by the Alexander City Veterans Honor Guard. Burial in the Hillview Cemetery. The family receiving friends Wednesday from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at Radley Funeral Home. Mr. Underwood died Sunday, November the 9th at Russell Medical Center, Radley Funeral Home, directing. Mary Catherine Crow Parker, age 67, died November the 9th at her residence, Community Funeral Home, announcing. Sims Funeral Service, Talladega, with the arrangements for Mrs. Mildred S. Swain, age 92. Mrs. Swain died Sunday at Citizens BMC in Talladega. Funeral service for Mr. Travis Ray Sims, age 62 of Alexander City, is today at noon from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. Mr. Sims died Friday, November the 7th at his residence, Radley Funeral Home, directing. That is a look at obituaries brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Your weather forecast calling for a sunny sky today with a high near 74 degrees. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low near 51. Changes coming Wednesday. Cool down begins with a partly cloudy sky and a high near 62 and a low near 36. Then Thursday, partly cloudy and very cool with a high only in the low 50s and lows in the mid-20s. Upper 40s for daytime highs on Friday, with north winds from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Friday night, a chill in the air with the lows in the low to mid-20s. And Saturday, improving somewhat, sunny sky and highs in the mid to upper 50s and lows in the mid to upper 30s. Happy birthday on this Tuesday to Martha Heath Smith, also to Tina Cook Brown and Terry Thrasher, celebrating birthdays today. In area news headlines, the Sylacauga City Council is one step closer to approving a budget for the 2015 fiscal year. The council held its first of 2 budgetary meetings yesterday and has nearly finished discussions about revenue the city will bring in next fiscal year, as well as expenses of each of the city's departments. One item of note was whether to budget money for raises in some of the departments, something the council was not able to make a decision on by the end of discussions on Monday. As of right now, Mayor Doug Murphy has not put any of the requests for raises into the budget. Another topic of discussion during the preliminary meetings was the purchase of 3 new police cars for the Sylacauga Police Department. Currently, the council has not made room in the department's budget for the purchase. However, the council may decide to purchase the cars through the city's capital budget, which sits at roughly $500,000. Currently, the council will resume talks on Thursday at 5 p.m. and hope to agree on a budget for the following week's council meeting. The Talladega City Board of Education voted 5-0 yesterday to hire David J. Wasserman as that system's chief financial school officer, subject to contract negotiation and final approval. The CSFO position has been vacant since October, when Danny McCullers resigned after a little over 2 months on the job. A Talladega man was arrested by St. Clair County Sheriff's Department in connection with a Cropwell community home invasion. St. Clair County Sheriff's Department Assistant Sheriff Billy Murray said Michael Marquise Martin, age 23 of Talladega, was arrested by authorities and charged with first-degree robbery and burglary. Suspect allegedly broke into a home on Oak Street in Cropwell during the early morning hours of March 28, 2014. The suspect allegedly assaulted and robbed the two women living at the residence at the time. As of yesterday, Martin was in the St. Clair County Jail, bond $60,000 for each offense. And people in the Sylacauga area should be wary of an old yet persistent telephone scam concerning the Internal Revenue Service. People have reported receiving a call from someone claiming to be a criminal agent of an unspecified agency from Washington, D.C. The so-called agent, who almost always has a foreign accent and common American name, will claim you will be arrested within a matter of hours for fraudulent tax filings with the IRS unless you pay a certain amount within a certain time period. The IRS has warned of this and similar scams in the past. Regardless, the Treasury Inspector General reported 1,100 people have been duped into losing a combined $5 million by mid-September of this year. If you receive such a call, do not respond to any of the threats or instructions made by the person on the phone. If you feel you owe taxes to the IRS, you can call 1-800-829-1040. That is a look at birthdays, weather, obituaries, and local news. Reporting, I'm Jim Abrams.